the kind of perspectives we have or we are living with, which are many times stereotyped, many times full of prejudices. And this is one of the reasons of one of the premises we have this collective, and we have organized this Shillong Congress to see that how we can counter the second wave of colonization. Professor Khaka, one of his articles, EPW 99, talks about the waves of colonization. I think we are going through the different waves of colonization in different forms, in different nature. And this colonization in many times tries to silence us, silencing of our ideas, sometimes silencing of our imagination. So this colonization we are going through, even if we have got our independence, I think we have not come out of that colonization. So we are still going through that colonization. So this is one of our initiatives to see that how we can face this colonization, or how we can counter this colonization through the business of knowledge production process. And as Ruby said, it is into politics. It is the politics of language, politics of knowledge. And so unless we are ready and we are equipped to counter the mainstream hegemonic perspectives, many times we are victim of those kind of perspectives, or many times victims of these stereotypes. And so if we want to counter this is, I think, one of the process of beginning to reverse that kind of processes. And I just, before coming here, I was attending another workshop, and we were sharing, just brainstorming that if we talk of today, international level, then yes, we have to, how we can counter the hegemony of West. If we talk of our own society or in our country, how we can counter the hegemony of dominant group or dominant class or dominant caste or dominant society. So how do we counter that? So if we are talking about altering this hegemony or counter this hegemony, we have to get in this process that, as Professor Khaka mentioned, that we have to start producing, read and write. And of course, it is not free from the challenges, the challenges Ruby had mentioned. As a producer, as an editor, the kind of challenges she had mentioned, I think we are not free from that. And on the other hand, we are also aware that the kind of frustration of society, tribal society, or indigenous society, the youth, the members we are going through, as John Kharsing has talked about, the kind of frustration the society is going through, the kind of promises being broken by our own state. We can glorify the interesting articles, full of articles, the schedules in our Indian Constitution, and glorify that. But how the Indian state is breaking its own promises, breaking its own commitment. So we have this kind of challenges. On the other hand, we are also facing the challenge of these hegemonic forces, colonization of knowledge, colonization of ideas, colonization of our innovation and imagination. And so friends, I think this is one of the initiatives. We all have to see that the kind of challenges I think different speakers have put forth. And see that how we can take these challenges forward. It is not easy challenge. So as a collective, we have to take this responsibility if we have to have the better future, better indigenous tribal society, where an indigenous boy or girl or a person said, yes, this is my worldview, this is how I look at my society, this is how I look at my cosmology. Because many times when I say, see, Jojo is basically my totemic name, and it symbolizes a fruit called tamarind. So when I talk about somebody or talk with somebody, then tamarind, okay, tamarind will make sambar, chutney and some interesting dishes out of this. So it is so lovely. The moment you name the tamarind, your mouth starts watering. But for me, my existence stands there. I exist because of this name Jojo, this totemic name. The moment you remove that, don't know who am I? Am I Munda? Am I Brahmin? Am I Dalit? I don't know. My existence is a big question. So, say a non-tribe, non-indigenous brother or friend might say, okay, you are romanticizing the tribes. Because he or she looks at merely utilitarian value of it. Yes, Jojo means, yes, nice sambar. Jojo means, yes, mouth-watering fruit. But for me, more than that, my existence stands there, or my existence is on that tamarind. So friends, I think many times, the mainstream perspective is not able to understand the worldview of an Adivasi or indigenous community or brother or sister who looks at the world or the cosmology. So I think we have to get into or bring about that worldview through our perspective from within, as it has been termed here. And so we have not termed as, okay, Adivasis or tribes are like this or like that. Okay, the relationship with land or forest is just, yes, the moment you have land, yes, you can produce agriculture or you have this and that. They can look at just merely that, merely materialistic or merely utilitarian value of it. So we have to see that how we look at an Adivasi or an indigenous person looks at its own cosmology, its own life, its own interpretation of knowledge, its own process of knowledge building. Friends, we have a great challenge and great job to do, and the mere presence of so many of us here in this auditorium shows that yes, we all are interested. We all have taken this responsibility and this challenge to work towards this. So with this, I thank all my panelists here, Mr. Karsing, Ruby, Professor Kaka, Mr. Mao, Dr. Alex, and all of you. Thank you all to be patiently hearing and be part of this plenary session. Thank you.